Welcome to Friday's class, 7th grade. Today, we are going to wrap up our study in our unit of Being in Pursuit as we take a look at a very short excerpt from one of Jack London's famous books, The Call of the Wild. Today, as we read, we want to be noting story elements and making inferences. And then we're going to be answering some questions concerning these story elements and the inferences that we may have made along the way. Also, as we read, we want to be paying careful attention to text-dependent vocabulary. As you can see here on the screen, these words that are in bold print are vocabulary words, and these words we need to pay careful attention to the words that come before as well as the words that come after, the context. That's why we call them text dependent. Our excerpt that we have today is really short. It's less than 5 minutes as you listen to it, but there is quite a bit of information that's contained within these paragraphs. Listening to this introduction will be helpful in the setting. Remember, the setting is important to identifying the plot and the rising action. Again, some information about the author and then about what his story is going to be about. Again, in the reading section, there is annotations. You yourself don't have to use them. You're not required to use them. However, I notice that some students like to use them as they go through to help them remember certain facts concerning vocabulary words or some other rising event that may occur. Again, you're not going to necessarily need the numbers, but if you need them, they're there. As you complete the assignment for today, there are a series of 10 questions. Again, using the split screen tab is going to assist you as you go through and make your responses. Again, it's going to be imperative. That means very important that you listen at least one time to the story before you try and attempt to answer these questions. You will be much more successful by being familiar with it than by just trying to peck like a chicken to go through to find the answers. The questions, again, are on the top. When you get to the end questions here, you're going to have some drag and drop responses that you're going to be responding to. So as we look to complete our unit, our theme on being in pursuit, we're going to have the setting of the Klondike. We're going to be looking at a familiar author that we've been speaking about the last several days, Jack London. Keep in mind, it's the Klondike region. It's in the front part of the 1900s, which is the beginning of the 20th century. As you're looking for those story elements, remember they oftentimes help us to try to make a mental picture of where did the character live? Why did the character act the way that he or she did? So your assignment for today is complete The Call of the Wild, noting story elements and making inferences questions. Listen to the story first, then go back and reread in order to make your selections. That is today, Friday's assignment.